To be honest, welcome back. And it's been a long days. I guess it's totally a huge number of week that I came live. And to be honest, I want to keep this very casual and really I want to keep myself updated regarding the market. So in order to do that, I will be casually coming up. I'm not giving a guarantee that I would come up every night and then I will give you some recommendation, but this is a disclaimer that I am doing it for fun. There is no recommendation of buying any of the stock that I am going to analyze right now, and there is no sort of, I'm not a financial advisor, I'm nothing that sort of. This is a kind of a entertainment. As for now, this is an entertainment channel where I just post the recommendations just for fun. And through that, if you really like that stock and if you really want to go do your own research, consult your own financial advisors. I'm not giving you a guarantee that you would make a buck from it. So yeah, that's the disclaimer, and I will not repeat this every time I come to live. But yeah, let's start. So you know keeping it very short, and I'll just use one whole thing. So it's actually very easy for the individuals to, even for the beginners, in order to understand all of these. And yeah, so we'll start with very fresh, and let's go very the first for the Nifty. That would do. I'm the old school man. I wasn't very active in the market right now, and to be honest, I was trading at the time when there was only kind of very less FNOs, and to be honest, at this point of time as well, only trade on Nifty, Bank Nifty. I do not trade on. I just trade on the weekly and monthly thing, not on the these huge lot of stuff that I've came across on the market right now. So yeah, I mean, like, yeah, so you could see that this was some of the thing that I had provided back then when I was very active, and you could see by yourself that how much accurate it was back then. So let's start, and yeah, let's talk about Nifty 50 index. So I could clearly see that it has bounced back from Nifty 200, I guess. Yeah, it has bounced back to Nifty 200. From the Nifty 200, it has bounced back, and I'm using 1 day time frame, keeping it very accurate. And it's 1 day is like enough in order to get you a pretty clear insight where the market will move right now. So here it is, giving a very straight up fact that we could see the market did bounce for quite few days over here, and then it came, it boosted from here. So from here you could see that it's kind of, it may happen to be a resistance for some quite a while. So market may move up and down just around the corner here, and then the market will move for sure. So this is a pretty clear insight that the market for some few days would be in the some range right now, and then it would either go up or it would either go down. Give me some time. I mean, like, can I pause this stuff? Can I pause? Oh, I can't really pause. So yeah, I will be back, or I'll just post in the. So yeah, I will be just continuing it from right now. So yeah, let's talk about another kind of stock, which is Bank Nifty. So you could see here that it may tend to cross the Nifty 200 with which one this is, Nifty 34, EMA 34. And you would ask me that what are these numbers and how did you come up with these numbers and why are you so certain of. So to be honest, I just it came up with in my mind that I could randomly go around and use some pretty cheap numbers around here and by then, and could go with any of the numbers, which is nearby to the golden ratio. So that's what I have done, and it's pretty useful. You could even do that. So it's not very accurate, but it will give you a fair kind of accuracy that you could move with. So that's that, and from here you could see what will tend to happen. So from here you could just see that there was a crossover from here, and then the market kind of boosted. So yeah, whenever there's a crossover, the market may tend to move, like fluctuate very rapidly. So we have to be very concerned regarding that. But here you could see that the crossover didn't tend to happen, and you could see that we are in the 1 day time frame. So if I just give you a 1 hour time frame, you would be like things tend to change. That's why do not use these kind of EMAs and these instruments. I would say that in order to trade in the real time, use some kind of a chart pattern also, but do not use these instruments. So going over the 1 day time frame, you could see that it's pretty clear that there is a chance that market may tend to bounce back from here, because Nifty 50 is in the range right now, and if the Nifty 50 still exists over that, then it is sure that the Bank Nifty will bounce back, and yeah, it will go up. So it's disclaimer, I'm not recommending anything, I'm just saying that what I feel like, and not to say that you buy something. It's just my own opinion. So that's that, and let's see how it happens. So we'll just move with the stocks, and you could see it's actually very easy to do these kind of analysis. And to be honest, I do not really want to waste my time over here, because you could see that it's pretty clear that this Tata Steel would move or bounce back from this point onwards, but it's not very clear that the Tata Steel may tend to bounce back tomorrow or day after tomorrow or in the next week. You do not know about that, and for that you have to do your own analysis. And just here for 1 day analysis, and I am going to give you a pretty sort of a clear insight that where and how the market will move. So yeah, Tata Steel is I believe that it will bounce back, because you could see that the chart is also happening to have a bull flag pattern. Flag pattern. I totally do not remember the names of all these kind of chart patterns. Yeah, I'm in that category that know how to work along the charts, but I do not remember those names. So going with the Hindalco, you could see that I have used some horizontal line in order to describe about some kind of a low or the resistance that tend to happen for the weekly basis. If I just go for the weekly basis, I'm pretty wrong, I guess. I believe that it was for the 1 hour time frame. So we are not going to with the 1 hour time frame right now, but here just hear me very clearly. You could see that it's pretty clear. If you know about this chart pattern, what is tending to happen? The market came here, it felt a resistance, it then bounced back, it came right down here, came here, felt a resistance, came here, felt a resistance, came here. What is tending to happen? If you merge two or three chart patterns, that it would be clearly seen that this thing would move down. Okay, it is pretty clear that the market would move down because it is happening to have a zigzag pattern. I clearly do not remember the name, but it is clear that it is kind of a reverse flag pole. So the market may come here, and then whatever the news may be, see, to be honest, be very clear, these stocks are under the Nifty 50. So if Nifty 50 moves or bounces back, Hindalco will stay above this line. But if the market is in the range bound and it tends to move very in a slow, so it tends to follow the chart patterns. So I believe, in my opinion, that the market may go down. And again, disclaimer, I'm not recommending something, you just have to do it by yourself, hire a consultant or something. So yeah, again, this is a stock, pretty clear that there's tend to may happen a crossover, but there's kind of a we could see that it has touched this support line for a lot of times. It is a pretty clear that the market for the JSW steel may go down for some days. I'm not telling it whether it will be tomorrow or day after tomorrow or for the next week. For that you have to do your own analysis. Let's see if anyone is here. Okay, thank you, man. I'm just here for a casual show up, because I was not here and I was not very active over the channel, so I'm just doing it for fun. So yeah, let's do it here. So it's pretty clear that GSW will go down. Disclaimer, not recommending anything. Consult your own financial advisors, do something, a little bit of research over the stock, and then put your hard work money over these stuffs. Again, Adani, and you could see, so before I talk about the stock, here you could see that there is not a very good pattern around here. So what should you do? The very first is, there's a lot of stocks present over the market, and you do not have to scratch your brain for these kind of patterns or these kind of stock where there's no relevant stock that no relevant patterns that you could find within one single minute or so. So for me, I'm not able to find any good visualization that is very relevant for me. But just for the sake of doing analysis for each and every stock, I'm not going to tell you that you see here that there is an kind of a resistance over here. For here you could see that the resistance is over here. Then since the resistance has been faced by the stock, it is pretty clear that the market may move down. But you could have seen that the market is pretty going down from 12th September to almost about 23rd of October. That's like for 1 month that the market for Adani has gone down. So it is doing a little bit of recovery, and there is a high chances that the market may go down from here. For this you have to do your 1 hour of research, but this is the forced analysis for this stock, because just for the sake of analyzing each and every stock, I'm just giving you a resistance bar, a support bar, and then telling you that there is a kind of a support level. Just for the fact, I'm going to show you, and I'm going to just prove it to you, that you could see here a support line, and it has broke this, and then it is coming here and taking a kind of a resistance, and then it will go down from it. There's a lot of analysis, and to be honest, analysis is kind of an art, and it's different for each and everyone. So for me, this stock is uh, not good for putting my money. And disclaimer: do your own research, hire an advisor or consultant, blah blah. So yeah, forced analysis is a no-go. Do not do this. Adani can be skipped for some quite time a while, but yeah, I mean, I had to show it. If you wanted the analysis of Adani, I just give it to you. Let's go for the SBI Life. Again, same stock. You could see that there is a resistance over here. It has crossed the resistance, giving a range bound market for the SBI Life. Then since it is going range bound at the resistance level, the market may go up. Pretty clear, very pretty clear. So that's that. And remember, you do not have to think like a trader, but like a stock operator. What would you do if I told you that there's a operator who lifted all this thing from here? Would he be foolish to put his money around here? Bring your mind here. What will you do? It's pretty clear that the stock operator has putting his money around from this point on, and he would be sitting here because he knows that every individual who is believes that whenever a stock breaks the resistance line, it tends to go up. So a stock operator would just come here, sell off its all the shares that he have in his hands, and yeah, he would be sitting with a bunch of profits, and he would be taking all of his burden onto your shoulders. So yeah, just a recommendation: do not think like a trader, but as a stock operator, what would you have done? And then categorize yourself. What are the higher probability? Always tend to move with higher probability that gives you greater than 50%. So that's that. Let's go for the HDFC. I do not know why it's not showing right now. Let's go for the IOC, that is Indian Oil Corporation. If you're watching this, I mean, like, if you're here right now, do tell me why from 38 October the market has gone, like, it has boosted all the way up from almost about 87 to it has moved about 18%. So and that has been done for like within a week, so it's pretty big deal. Do tell me why it has happened, what changes that have been made within IOC, or what are the government policies that has affected IOC. So these are some of the things that you have to go through in order to understand why this specific stock is reacting in this kind of manner. So yeah, believe it or not, I believe that stock operator sitting over here. Let's think this through. As a stock operator would be sitting around here, like in this at this phase. I believe at this phase he or she would be sitting here, and then here are those who trade with sentiments, and they are like, oh, okay man, within a week I have earned almost about 18%, let's get the fuck out. And he tends to, they trying to sell it off. For me, I believe the market will come around here, almost around here, and then the stock operators I believe that stock operators will still be sitting over here, and then it will go around 110. I believe. Is it the all-time high? I do not believe it's the all-time. Yeah, it's like okay. Okay, it's not the all-time high. So they will be coming across about 109. I believe that they will be going to 109 just to pick some more uh, pick some more food for them. So I believe that they will be selling off all their shares, all their burden to the newly traders around 110. So I believe that, again, disclaimer, hire a consultant if you believe in another way, or if you believe the same. Here I could see that the Mahindra is not a stock that I would be trading on, or because it's totally up in the high, and I do not want to put my, or even do not put your hard earned money over the things that have already been boosted, or there's no single chance that it would come just right below or right off. So do not put your hard earned money over any kind of this. In it's not the right stock for us. Again, I can tell you that the market is in range bound, and this is the resistance, and this is here. And whenever you will go in the 1 hour time frame, that you would see that the market would come here, and whenever the market comes here, just sell it off, and then you could get a good buck. But it's not the way that the right way to make money. I believe that your opinion may be different. So about this, again, not a good stock because it has already moved a lot. Let's go with the Bharti Airtel. Not a good stock, again, not a good stock. Okay, I could see that this may tend to be a good stock. Again, remember, IOC had moved just quite like this, and I believe that they were moving all these stocks. I believe they have been, what the fuck. Okay, sorry, my bad. So this was because, okay, it is in the 1 day time frame. Sorry. It was in the 1 week time frame. Yeah, nothing of that sort in the Bharat. Let's go for the NTPC. Nothing of that sort. Let's go for the coal. Yeah, again, I could see that the government policies may have affected these, but this has almost about for the 65 days, so that's not good. Let's go for the IOC right now. If it's 13 days. Okay, so it's happening to be different for Coal India. I don't know, it is still moving from. Okay, so Coal India may have had different things that reacted upon. So again, not a good stock to do it, but give me an analysis that it may have hit this point. Here you could see that the analysis that I did back then, how it had reacted, and could have made a good buck over there. But yeah, that's the past, and you couldn't change anything over there. So here it will definitely hit a resistance, do some range bound over here, and then it will either go up or go down. Just to make sure, for the next few weeks, what is the probability of it going down? Let's say I want to trade on this. I want to really trade on Coal India, and what will I do? So the thing is, if my mind is clearly broken and I really want to trade on this stock, what will I do? What is the percentage? I will go with the higher probability of whether it would go up or whether it would go down. So looking at the probability of it being down, the it has moved almost about at a very good resistance level. So we could say that it has a greater chance of moving it down for some quite time. So for the next few days or few weeks, it will tend to go for the range bound, and then it has higher probability of it going down. So if I really wanted to trade, I would be trading it for it to be going down. Again, disclaimer, hire a consultant. Let's see if anyone has so it's kind of an experience. I believe it's totally an experience to go or prefer one pattern over the another. But whenever that thing happens, I tend to find patterns that favor the specific movement. Let's say that if I come around some specific stock, I will surely talk about this. Let's go for the ultra cement, not again a recommended stock to trade on. Let's go for the ITC. You could see it is a good stock. It may tend to have a crossover, or it may bounce back from here. I believe that it never crossed. It did tend to have a crossover around here, but from then onwards, here you could see a crossover right here. So there's always a probability, either 60-40, 70-30, but it's never going to be 100%. So what is the probability of it crossing it over? You could see that from the Feb 2022, it has never crossed the pattern, and just kind of a resemblance I really want to see from this point. And in the past, it took how many days to have a crossover? So here you could see it's like 5 days. Took a very good amount of time. From here, let's see how much time it took to cross over. Almost about 500 days. Now let's see, it takes about 500 on an average to have a crossover. Okay, so we are on the 607 days. So I have seen that the market tends to have a crossover whenever it crosses 450. And just to be sure, let's go from the back and to have a clear idea as well. It comes here, crosses over. It takes about 480 days. Back here, I will not talk about 2011 or 2010, because those were like sucker years, and to be honest, at those point of time there were not a lot of traders or investors, very few. But right now we have all sorts of traders, psychological, sentimental, and momentum traders, all sorts of traders. So we have to keep those in mind. So I believe that there's a good chance, slightly greater chance, better than 50%, that it would tend to go down. I believe so. So did I create any chart pattern? Did I find any chart pattern? Did I do something? No. I just had some EMAs showing me this crossover. I just put up a mind that how many days it took to cross over. So I just gave it a little bit of research in the past days, and I came up with a thing that the crossover tend to happen from in 400 to 600 days. I believe that. So that's my opinion. I believe I would be bearish over this stock, and this is in the 1 day. I do not know that the stock would be going down in the next day or day after tomorrow or in the next week. I do not know about this because I am not doing any research over 1 hour time frame. This, I believe, if I had to put my money up, I would be bearish on this stock. Again, hire a consultant. Disclaimer. Okay, BPCL has tend to okay, BPCL has tend to I cannot see a very good pattern over here. Not a good not a good stock. Skip this stock. Better to trade on the ITC. I believe that did I give IOC was also a good okay, JSW was also a good stock. Hindalco was also a good stock. Okay, let's move on. If you are watching this video, write the names or do anything, because if I'm giving you a filter, so you could filter all these stocks and then do a little bit of your own research and then either invest on these kind of things or like trade on them. Disclaimer, not a recommendation or something. I'm just doing it for the entertainment in order to give an education to all the beginners out there. So okay, yeah, sure, we could really talk about Hindalco. Yeah. Yeah, so let's talk about the Hindalco. Let's first see that the market is coming up. Most of the times, what actually happens is market do not really jumps off from here. Market is kind of tricky and it really wants to trap a lot of individuals. So what the market will do, it is from my own experience, that the market will move for some quite time, and even like from at this point of time, keeping it just wait a second, I am just giving it a closer time frame. Yeah, so what will tend to happen, that the market would not jump off just right away. It will tend to move down for some quite time and then it will jump off. It really, the market wants to trap some individuals, even at the last second. So that's what the market is very tricky at, and it's what you really have to struggle from if you are a beginner right there. But with the experience, you will get to know that the market is not simple play. It does some little tricks. So I believe that the market may tend to go down. For that, I just believe that the market will come around here, and to be honest, from this point forward, giving us 7% down. We are talking about options, we are not talking about stocks, because in the 1 day time frame you would not be able to get these kind of returns. So I'm talking about in the options, which you would be able to carry over for some days or even a week or month. So yeah, I hope that is clear. Yeah, so it's clearly you have used two patterns, and it gives you a sense of that the market would go down. So it's a clearly I would say, in my opinion, it's clearly that you will be bearish on this, and yeah, it's totally okay, and to have a different perspective. I'm not saying it that if your POV matches mine, it's totally correct. It's not that. Everyone has a different POV. That's why the market moves up and down and not in a unidirection. So let's move on. I was in the BPCL, I guess. Not a good stock, I would say. There's a crossover, but it tend to go down from here. Wait a second, let the market come around here, then when it is able to touch any of these line, because I am able to say that there's a crossover that is going to happen sooner or later, the the BPCL will go down and then it will bounce back again. Wait some time and then you will be able to do this. So Anand, tell me, like in how many days it would be able to come around here? I do not know this. Even the owners of this company do not know this. They may be owning some stock operators and they may be happening to have do some kind of a thing, but I do not know this. And if you're watching this video, you wouldn't be able to understand it. So what is it that you could do? You could totally wait, let the market come to your point and then trade on these. So yeah, I mean that's a suggestion, personal suggestion. ONGC, okay, we could see kind of a resistance, not a good stock at single go. Yeah, kind of okay. It is giving me a reverse mountain. I do not really remember the pattern, but it's kind of giving me a reverse mountain. The top three mountains tend to have. It's giving me that kind of a vibe. If you are not able to see this, I am just giving you a clear insight so that it helps. Okay, we could see from here. It goes around here, comes up, down, then comes up. What will tend to happen? This is a totally clear pattern and very very strong pattern that in my own belief that it will go up. Why? Tell me, Rahul, why? Viewers, I do not know this. I have read the chart patterns and that's what chart patterns do. In order to give you, a lot more confidence, I can tell you that there is a crossover happened over here. So there is a great possibility that the trend may tend to have go even and break this resistance, because the very first is the chart pattern, the reverse mountain. I do not really remember this, but yeah, reverse chart pattern, a crossover, and just use this for holding it for some quite time and you will be able to get great returns. I believe this. Do not trade on whatever I say. Maybe I speak bullshit. I'm just a random guy and I do not own your money. You are just watching this. Do not truly believe whatever I say. Do your own research and then you would be able to put your own hard work money wherever you want. Going for these stocks, I would say not a good stock. Okay, so ONGC and these made a good amount of thing, and I wouldn't say that you keep analyzing each stock, but if you get around 5 to 6 stocks, that is enough. But just for the sake of analyzing, I am doing each of the stocks. It's a lot, and to be honest, I believe that I have got a very good list over which I could trade on. But yeah, let's move. Now what we will do, we have been seeing a good amount of stocks right now, and they would come up within the list on which we could trade. So let's move very fast and let's get an insight very very quickly, so in order to see that whether it gives us the sense of confidence to trade on that or not. Let's go for the HDFC. I could not see that it is happening to give me a very good sense of confidence over this stock. So what I could say that there is a resistance that tend to happen if I do a kind of a retracement, the Fibonacci retracement. Again, kind of a instrument that helps analyzing stock. You could see that it has came around about 60%. So there tends to happen a crossover. So there are two instruments that may have they are actually contrasting and they are depicting opposite things. So I would say do not stock on it, because whenever there is a 60% whenever the stock comes around 60%, it tends to move back. So what I would say that the market for this HDFC Bank would go bounce back and then it will move down. That's my opinion, and we'll see in the future nearby that what will happen to the HDFC Bank. I really want to be wrong for this, and I really want to be wrong for all of these stocks, because let's face the fact, I really want to see how much wrong I could be so that I could learn in the later stage. Let's go for the Hindustan Unilever, a very good stock which I have traded on for a lot of time, and it has totally made me good bucks. Again, it has came around here. There's a crossover that had happened. I believe that there's a bearish sentiment that may come around here. It will only tend to come around if it breaks this support level, because we could see it came around here, it came here two times, then it came around here as well. Now crossover has happened, and then there's a greater sense of confidence that this will go down. For how many, how for how many levels it will go down, for how many, those kind of questions I cannot really answer those, but I believe that it will go down. Just in order to give you a greater sense of confidence, I've used fifth retracement. So for me, I would say this would be my first target, and another target would be these, and the final target would be this around here. You get the levels as well using all these very basic instrument. So yeah, let's go over the SBI, where SBI, State Bank of India. So yeah, again may tend to have a crossover. We could see that it is giving me some kind of a triangle thing. It is waiting to have a triangle thing. Should we really jump on right now? No, we should wait for the market to do its own tricky behaviors, and then we'll later use this. Okay, this is a good stock, but not for now. This could be used in the later period. Let's go over the TCS. Okay, it's in the range mount segment, and I would say not to trade on this because it's on the range segment, and avoid the stock right now because it's not in the good level right now. Other than this, I would say use retracement or anything, but now avoid the stock. Go for the Wipro. IT stocks had been crazy, and for the previous year, I believe HCL, if the HCL comes, I would show that I did recommend HCL and how drastically it moved in the same sense. For the Wipro, it's kind of a range mount, and it has moved quite it has drastically moved down, and it is in the range bound segment for now. So giving just putting up a retracement for a longer period. Let's see, it is around 38%, and If it goes down below, it's like a total, it would go around about 290. But I believe that there's a very less confidence over the market for the IT stocks to be going even below. So I believe that it will be happening to be in the range bound segment for some few time right now, and then it will move above. Now you would say that, Rahul, there's a crossover. Well, now if you could see, before it was moving, before it had a crossover, I really want to, yeah, before it had a crossover here, it had a crossover here. Do you give this? It was kind of a failure, that it was trying to go up, but the operators wanted it to be around here just to acquire a lot more stocks. And when they do that, it's a pretty clear image what will tend to happen. Again, disclaimer, hire a consultant. Okay, you know, the thing is, it feels to be very boring right now, because the same shit is coming again and again. And you could see there's a range bound. If the market has come around here at the resistance, at the support level, sorry, at the support level, and there's a very less chance as for now the market will give a very good movement. So avoid this. Dr. Reddy, it's a stock about 5,000, and for the beginners I will tell you to avoid this stock, because let's see, okay, if you really want to see the stock, giving a clear idea, the market went around here and it moved almost about 100 rupees. So if you trade on this on the options or like any other thing, it has moved around almost about 100. So if you trade on the stocks, that's 5 times of the leverage. So it takes you about almost about 1100 to 1200 rupees to trade on this, and it moves for one day 100 rupees. So you could clearly see that it is a very very big risky trading stock for the beginners. And I would say that, yeah, do not go for this as a beginning. Use some mid-range stocks that have a price from 400 to 1500. That's a very good range, or you could even extend up to 2500, but more than that, do not really go over the range. Asian industries, clearly you could see what will tend to happen. Okay, past is very clear. What has happened? Crossover. What has happened? Crossover. What has happened? What will happen? What will happen? You tell me what will happen. Very clear. Very clear. Came around here. Moved down. Came around here. Will move down. Very clear. Let's go for the, again, not a very good stock. I am skipping this. Do tell me why I am skipping this stock. SDFC, well, I did give you the similar sense of confidence for SDFC, and it was something right around here, I believe, and it is tend to showing same. And I really want you to analyze this stock, because it's very easy. I'm able to see this, giving just a little bit hint. It has crossed over here, and it was it tend to cross over the resistance level for all these stocks for this level. So it's just a kind of a bounce back, and then it will bounce back. It was kind of a retracement, and then it will bounce back. I believe that. Let's go for the LT, last and to grow. Again, one good stock. I traded on this for um, it was actually a very good stock. So you could see that how much it has moved, almost about 87%. So if someone tells you that within a year you would not be able to make 100% in the long term, clear example of it. Now what do you see? What are you able to see? Are you able to see a flagpole pattern? Yes. I even made a support line here and it crossed here. Yes. It came around here. It crossed, and there it also supported by the crossover, and you could see the clear picture around here. Now you would be asking, Rahul, it's pretty easy to tell about all these stuffs when it has happened over the past. Well, if you had been watching my videos over the analysis, you would be having Larsen and Tubro for sure. I have put Larsen and Tubro a lot of times over the analysis, and clearly if you had watched those videos, you would have traded on LT. Let's go for the Tata Motors, not a good stock. Let's skip. Go for the Grasim. Okay, I believe tend to have moved very good, made a good retracement, and then it has moved back. We could see a little bit of retracement around here, just making it for the future myself, so that I could be proven wrong, and then it will move up. Okay, let's go for the Cipla. It's not a good stock. Skip. HCL Tech. Now, I did tell you that HCL Tech, how it will happen. From here, I definitely told a lot of individuals what will happen, and you could see what has happened around here. 40%. Let's do not talk about 48 days, Rahul. It's totally shit. You're talking about 48 days, and I cannot hold the options for 48 days. Okay, can you hold for this much? Okay, you cannot hold this much. Can you hold for this much? Are you able to see how much it has moved? It has moved almost about 6% within a day. And HCL Tech was kind of a stock where I was proven every time right. And here as well, you could see what has happened. Reverse flag and pole, inverted flag, bearish, whatever. It is a reverse flag and pole supported by crossover. You could clearly see, and that's clear. Pretty clear idea about what is happening. But HCL, not a good stock right as for now. Skip this stock. For the Sun Pharma, again skip this stock. I would say that it came over the range bound segment, but I would say you to avoid this right now, and you would be definitely telling me, Rahul, it's not good. I'm just it's not a good, it's not a very very big range bound, but clearly I am giving a clear idea that it's kind of a resistance over here and there's a support over here, and the market has moved for around these two levels for a very large amount of time. So that's a clear idea that it is happening to be moving in the range bound market. For the Axis Bank, again not a good stock in the one single view. Again skip this. ICICI Bank, okay, crossover tend to happen. We could see there's kind of a support level. It may go down below or it may go down or up. What has happened, we could see that the market has a crossover around here. It didn't have a crossover till back then. If you could see that how much time it took to have a crossover, if we could just get an image, it took about 603 days. Now if we could get 250 days, 230 days, but if it didn't cross over here. But if you come here for 90 days, so did we have a very clear crossover? We did. But if you see around here, but we would not be able to be taking this because it was a clear exception, because COVID hit, and yeah, it was a clear exception, so we'll not be taking that. So I would say that it will bounce back, and from around here it will tend to go down. Let's see what will happen. Just for the future, I will make something so we are clear about it. Let's go for the Reliance. Reliance was also a very good stock on which I really traded on. So yeah, not a good stock to be traded on. You could see that our essence kind of a support. I'm just drawing it to have a very good picture. You could see it has moved around here, but if we go over further retracement, it's all flower and showy that it has moved down 60. But okay, I'll make again. You can see it is on the it bounced back from the 60%. So yeah, do you remember that when I told you that the stock tends to move or bounce back from the 60%? So here's a very clear picture of that. So what will happen? There's a crossover that is may tend to happen over here, and I'm kind of this is my gut feeling. I believe that it will go down. I believe so that it will go down. Let's see. I really want to be wrong. Titan, not a good stock. Kotak, okay, it's on the support level, and definitely it has been a very good support level for a very, very, very large amount of time. So I believe that it will bounce back again for some quite a time, and it's in the range bound market right now. Power Grid, skip. Infosys, okay, skip. Good stock. I could see a very good stock around here. Good stock. I'm keeping my fingers crossed. Good stock. At last, in the last number of stocks, we could clearly see a very good stock. I believe the market may tend to reach around here. Not a guru or financial guru, not your consultant, not your advisor. Disclaimer, do your own research. Go for the Hero Motocorp. Can't see good levels. Skip. Again, can't see good levels. Skip. So definitely I have given you lots of stocks to trade on for the coming weeks, and you could totally have a bird's eye view over these specific stocks that I really tell you about. And I'm not going to summarize anything if you have been watching this live, so you would be able to understand very clearly that it's actually very easy to have an analysis, but it's not the same that when you trade in the real time in the real markets. It's the same because psychology kicks in, the pressure kicks in, you put up your own hard work money, so that's a huge different level that you would be happening to have, and it's totally different from the closed market, because here I'm not putting any money, I'm not having any pressure, I'm not seeing any numbers that is changing very quickly. So these are some of the factors that you really have to consider when you are putting your money. So this was kind of an analysis, and this was kind of a summary for this are those indicators 50 and 100 day moving average, giving you an insight. This is the thing that I use, and these are random numbers. I've not really used them for, like, you know, like for, I'd say, very random numbers. I believe it tends to work. You have to just tweak over the golden ratios, and you will come up with certain great numbers. And for that, you could totally use over the real time markets. So yeah, these are random numbers that I tend to happen very quickly. So yeah, that's a summary of it. And if you like this video, and I believe very few of you would be watching this, but yeah, if you like this, comment it out, comment, share it, or you could share it, and subscribe to my channel, and like it. And I'm totally out of this thing that I have to totally ask for the individuals to like, subscribe, and share, and whatever. So yeah, if you like this, do tend to come again over the live, because I would be coming up. I'm not guaranteeing it, but I would be coming up every now and then, in order to prove myself wrong, that whatever I researched on, or whatever the analysis that I have done, I would be at every inch, at every time, whenever I am wrong, I would be very happy. So yeah, let's see how many times I would be wrong and how many times I would be correct. So that's that, and that's the summary of it. Let's close the live, and yeah, that's it. Thank you.